After hitting a new all-time high yesterday, Bitcoin has absolutely dumped by $4,000. So is Bitcoin in for one of its standard and infamous 30% crashes in the middle of a bull market? And how long is the bull market actually going to go? Are we pretty close to the end, or is it going to go till the end of next year? Yesterday, the price of Bitcoin hit an astronomical $108,000, and then it crashed all the way down to about $103,000 at its worst. This represented a $5,000 crash in just a few hours, and a lot of people are expecting that we could be in for one of those 30% crashes. They are pretty typical in the middle of a bull market, but just like we have diminishing returns, I think we're going to have diminishing dips as well. And a couple of years ago, a $5,000 crash in just a few hours would have been really significant, and it would have had a lot of people panicking. But now, with Bitcoin being above $100,000, this only represented about a 3.5% crash, at least at the time of recording, with us sitting at $104,000. This is something we're just going to have to get used to, and a 3 to 4% swing in price action is absolutely normal for Bitcoin. But with us dealing with such big numbers now, 3% is going to represent thousands of dollars. So in my opinion, it's nothing to worry about, and as long as we don't start making lower lows and lower highs here, then I think this bull market is going to continue. Also, if you look here at the daily chart, we still haven't even hit the price target for this cup and handle, so I still think we're probably going to make it to at least $120,000. But is that going to be the top of this bull market? And if it's not, are we going to see some kind of a cool off from there? Well, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some kind of a cool off. I don't really think this is going to continue going straight up until the end of the bull market. And $120,000 is a pretty psychological level, just like $100,000. And you've seen how many times we've interacted with that price level over the past couple of weeks. And I wouldn't be surprised if we at least see some similar price action here, especially if it's around the inauguration day, because I think we could be seeing some kind of a buy the rumor, sell the news situation. Things aren't necessarily going to get 100% better as soon as Donald Trump takes office. It's going to take a little bit of time for him to put things into action. Plus, Elon Musk himself said we might have to endure some temporary hardship because of the Doge cutting a bunch of jobs. Also, it's going to probably introduce a lot of uncertainty, and we're going to be seeing Donald Trump having some kind of a battle with Jerome Powell, trying to force Jerome to lower interest rates, maybe even back to zero or negative like he wanted in his last administration. Everybody seems like they're expecting things to turn around exactly on the inauguration day, and Donald Trump is going to be able to perform miracles or something. But the United States is a really big ship, and it's going to take a little bit of time to turn this thing around. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a little bit of turmoil at the beginning of next year. And like they say, nobody ever went broke taking profits, so it might be a good opportunity to take a little bit of profits so that you can scoop up some more bags if we do see a retracement. I'm not saying that that's going to be the top of the market though, and I actually don't think it's going to be, but I don't necessarily think that the market is going to go as long as a lot of people are expecting it to. On this chart, the yellow vertical lines represent the halving dates, and if I just measure things out, then let's see how far we actually usually go before the end of the market after the halving happens. In this first bull market, there was 53 weeks until the top, or at least the first bull market that actually had a halving. And if we go and look at the 2017 bull market, you can see that there was 77 bars. That's 77 weeks. And in the very last bull market that we kind of had a double top formation, but as you can see, there was 49 bars until the first top, and then there was 75 before the next one. Technically, we did make a little bit of a higher high here on the second top, but basically what we've surmised here is that the bull market usually continues somewhere between about 52 to 75 weeks after the halving happens. In this bull market, so far, we've already had 38 weeks, and if we continue and go out to see what about 52 weeks would be, you can see that that would have us ending this bull market in about April. If we go out to 75 weeks, that would take us all the way until September. And a lot of people have been saying that the bull market is going to continue until December of 2025, or that we're entering the super cycle and that this thing is never going to come back down. I'm not sure if that's necessarily happening. I mean, it definitely could be, and you should always keep a moon bag. But in my opinion, I think we're probably going to see the continuation of the 4-year cycle until the amount of money that the miners actually make from transaction fees surpasses on a regular basis the amount of money that they're making from solving a block. In other words, I think we're probably going to be seeing the bull market end somewhere between April and September. And if you've been in crypto for a while, you obviously know the sell in May and walk away saying. Plus, September is usually one of the worst months for crypto every single year. Nobody's ever going to be able to perfectly time the top, but these are a couple of areas of interest that I think we should be looking forward to. And maybe we are going to be seeing another double top like we did in the last bull market, with us seeing a first top somewhere around May and then the second top in September. Who knows? Either way, things are going to be getting really crazy and the emotions are going to be running high, and so is your wallet. So don't forget to take profits during this bull market and don't let your emotions get the best of you. It's always going to feel like it's going to continue to the upside, but if you make life changing money, then don't forget to change your life because it's really easy to ride this thing all the way back down again. And for how fast this thing can actually go to the upside, it can go much faster to the downside, and you could lose like 30 to 40% of your profits in just a few days. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I'm trying to keep it 100% real with you guys. Because let's be honest, we're all here to make some money, and all of this diamond hands talk and stuff like that gets people caught up. And right when the last person gets into the market, the Bogdanov twins come out of nowhere and dump everything, pulling the rug out from under everybody. And then the normies continue holding on while they ride the wave all the way down into the abyss, all because of greed and being in denial. So don't be a normie or an NPC, be the Chad that you are, and make sure that you take some profits. Speaking of NPCs, according to this post by Elon Musk, Senator Elizabeth Warren has sent a letter to Trump to establish conflict of interest rules for Elon Musk, given he's a top advisor per WIPO. In response, Trump's team called her Pocahontas and said that Warren was a career politician whose societal impact is 1/1024th what Elon Musk is per BI. And Elon Musk says Lamau. The person actually writing these things from Pocahontas are SBF's parents, by the way. I wonder if that's actually true. I don't know why he would just randomly say that if it's not. And talk about a conflict of interest. SBF infamously robbed all of the crypto community and funneled that money straight to his parents and the Democrats, including Elizabeth Warren. But Elizabeth Warren and the evil people that she works with actually just pocketed that money and didn't say anything about it. I wonder who else Elizabeth Warren has filling her pockets to get her to continue attacking the people that obviously the whole country wants to be in charge. Somebody's got to be packing her pockets because obviously she's not speaking for the people here. She continues to wage her war against crypto, and she'll do anything she can to protect the banks and the deep state. But I guess that's just what Democrats do these days. In less than an hour at the time of recording, we do have the FOMC meeting, and it looks like there's a 98% chance that they're going to do a 25 basis point rate cut, so I think that's probably basically done. But the question is Jerome Powell going to continue with these rate cuts? We did see inflation start to tick back up again, and the election is over, so now I guess we're going to see Jerome Powell starting to fight back against what Donald Trump wants to do, which is obviously have interest rates lower. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the meeting we actually hear Jerome Powell be a little bit more hawkish than he has been in the past, and that could put some fear into the markets and see us tumbling a little bit more. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if that is why we've started to see a little bit of a cool off here. And depending on what Jerome Powell says, maybe this is going to be the sell the rumor and buy the news situation, because a lot of people have been talking about the expectation that he is probably going to be more hawkish. And if he continues being dovish, then we could definitely continue to the upside. But honestly, I don't really think it does matter until Donald Trump takes office, because there's not all that much that he can actually do right now. And things are probably going to be changing a lot after he's actually inaugurated, so we'll just have to wait and see how things ramp up after that. In other positive news for the crypto market, we're having another person that's been anti-crypto finally leaving the SEC. According to this article on Crypto Briefing, Carolyn Crenshaw will not be renominated as the SEC commissioner, following a committee vote cancellation. It's really great to start seeing all of these people in Elizabeth Warren's anti-crypto army finally being pushed out. And this kind of stuff does kind of make me think that we could be going into a super cycle, but I'm not going to be calling it official until it actually happens. In my opinion, what's more likely is that we'll probably see a less severe bear market, and then whenever things do tick up again, maybe we'll finally reach that threshold where the transaction fees outweigh the rewards for solving a block on a regular basis. Whenever that happens, I think we can finally officially call it mainstream adoption or global adoption, and then things are probably going to take off like they did with the internet, and all of these 4-year cycles are just going to be a thing of the past. For now, though, the volatility still represents a really great opportunity to make life-changing wealth, and after we do finally reach global adoption, there's not really going to be any more people to dump their money in. So maybe we will actually see it leveling off like what happens with most assets, especially stocks. But nobody knows for sure, and if the dollar actually does collapse, then Bitcoin could go up in a straight line forever, at least in dollar terms. But if you have $2 billion worth of Bitcoin at that point, then it might not be enough still to buy you a house, so who cares? The point is that for now, I still think we're still pretty early because a lot of people actually really hate cryptocurrency and they think most of it's a scam. And if you're watching this video right now, then I'm still guessing that you've probably been in the market for some time. Even though we are pretty deep into the bull market, I just think that retail hasn't really re-entered the market yet. And probably most of the people that are here are either institutions or they've been here for a long time. For that reason, I think we've still got at least a few more months to go in this bull market, and it looks like the luxury brands are getting ready for retail to make some money. According to this article on Yahoo Finance, as Bitcoin soars, luxury brands are considering accepting crypto for payments. Speaking of crypto payments, we still haven't even seen X payments go live, and there's a lot of speculation that Dogecoin still might be the very first crypto added to the platform, but shortly after that, we're probably going to be seeing a flood of other cryptocurrencies also being accepted. In my opinion, that's probably going to be a lot bigger than brands like Gucci and Louis Vuitton letting people buy their products with cryptocurrency, because a lot more people can afford a monthly subscription to X than who can afford a bag from Gucci or Louis Vuitton. Anyway, they see the bull market is continuing to ramp up, and what always happens is that crypto degenerates try to cash out and buy stuff like Lambos and Gucci bags. And in a few months, you're probably going to be seeing big crypto influencers wearing goofy-ass Gucci jackets and stuff again like we did in the last one. So as we continue to see normal people seeing their net worth increasing drastically, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more businesses accepting cryptocurrency as payments because they don't want to miss out on the wave like they probably did in the last bull market. Bitcoin is one of the best performing assets in all of history, and a lot of people even say that it's the best. Some assets have obviously gone up more percentage in a shorter amount of time, but Bitcoin continues to blow traditional assets out of the water, and as you can see, the BlackRock iShares ETF assets under management for gold versus Bitcoin has a huge disparity, with BlackRock's gold ETF taking 20 years to reach 33 billion in assets under management, while their Bitcoin ETF took less than a year. This just goes to show you that there really is something different about Bitcoin, and I don't think a lot of these big institutions or just any company at all wants to continue missing out. And at this point, it almost seems stupid for people not to have a little bit of Bitcoin on their balance sheets. So while I do think that there's another bear market coming, I do believe that we're getting probably closer to that global adoption that's going to usher in a super cycle. But really, if you go over here to the chart and you zoom out far enough, then really I would say that we might be in the super cycle, because as you can see, on a long enough time frame, we've never seen Bitcoin make a lower high. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. How long is this bull market going to continue? And are we going to see one of those 30% dips again? Or just like how I said we've been seeing diminishing returns, are we going to be seeing diminishing retracements as well? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.